the Bible's way on creating content on YouTube. Because guys, a lot of people now are creating videos that doesn't align with their purpose. They're creating videos just for views. They're creating videos just for the money. They're creating videos just to become influential, to become famous. But if you do this, guys, you will end up in a place that you become lost. So us, as a follower of God, follower of Jesus, we need to do our purpose. God gave us purpose, but these purposes are different from each one of us. Others are very good in carpentry. Others are very good in basketball. Others are very good in golf. So we have different gifts that God gave us. But we need to develop this gift that God gave us. So if you are creating something that doesn't align with your purpose, you lose automatically. If a bird that flies started to swim, okay? Start to swim. The purpose of the bird is to fly, but it starts to swim. It's doing another thing. If the bird swims so long, like the fish, it will eventually die because the bird needs an air to breathe, right? And these wings also needs to be in the air also. Every time the bird flies, it actually generates them more energy. The fish, its purpose is to swim. Every time the fish swims, it gains more energy. But if the fish started to be like the bird and tries to fly, it will eventually die because it's meant to be underwater. So for example, guys, if God intended you to be a content creator on YouTube, if you don't follow God's purpose on you, you automatically lose. A fish cannot be a bird. A bird cannot be fish. A dog cannot be a cat. A male cannot be a female. A female cannot be a male. An adult cannot be a kid. A kid cannot be an adult. Do you get my point, guys? If you want to be a content creator and that's your gift, okay, do it, follow it. But you need to develop your skill. How can you develop your skill if you don't know your purpose? So you need to connect to God. If you connect to God, you will know your purpose. And then now, every time you're creating content on YouTube, it's giving you life. It's giving you energy because you're doing what God intended you to do. If me, I'm doing other things. If I'm playing golf, if it's not my gift, then I lose it. I lose automatically. If I'm playing basketball and that's not my real purpose, and then I lose automatically. If you are just hanging on your 9 to 5 and you're not doing your purpose, then you're going to end up in a place that you will be miserable. A lot of people now, they're just waiting to become 67. They're working from their 20s to until they're 67. And then when they're 67, finally I'm free from this 9 to job. And then they die. Or finally, I'm free from this 9 to 5 job when I'm 67. And then your expenses is so high and your income is so low. And then you need to work more so that you can recoup the money to pay for your expenses. I don't say that you quit your 9 to 5 job. 9 to 5 job is like a stepping stone. It takes you near or closer to your purpose, but you don't need to be there whole your life. Because you have expenses, you have lights to pay, you have electricity, you have your phone, you have your rent. If you don't own your apartment yet, you have your mortgage if you didn't pay your bank yet. So this apartment, for example, guys, is fully paid. So I'm not worrying about the rent that I need to pay the landlord. I'm not worrying about the interest rate that I'm going to pay to the bank. I'm not worried about the bank will take this if I was not able to pay, or I will be kicked out by the landlord if I wasn't able to pay the rent. Imagine, guys, if you align yourself to God and His words, you will end up with peace. I have peace now. Imagine, guys, if I still rent, I'm always worried. Maybe the owner will kick me out or sell the apartment. Then I need to move again. Or if I have loan in the apartment, I will always think, maybe the bank will get the apartment back if I wasn't able to pay, if I lost my job or my income. Imagine, guys. But guys, I tell you the truth, God owns everything. If God's own everything, you don't need to worry. He will provide for you. Me, I'm just working 9 to 5 job before. I didn't earn so much. I didn't get paid so much. But I learned what God says. God says, don't eat everything. Keep something. Because, see here, guys, when you work 9 to 5, it's like a seed. You gather seed, right? Some of the seed is for expenses. Some of the seed is for luxury. Some of the seed is for traveling. But some of the seed is for keeping. This some seed you need to plant. Because guys, when you are in your 20s, you're still strong. You think you can live more longer. You think you're not thinking about when the old age comes. But guys, when you are in your 40s later, you start to feel, oh, I'm starting to be weaker. I'm starting to be different, not like in my 20s. Especially those in their 60s, especially those in their 60s. Oh, my colleague, I remember she walks very slow. She walks only from here to there and then she's like, need to take some breath. Imagine, guys. Because, guys, if we only are holding on in the 9 to 5 job and we are not producing anything on the side, we'll end up later, we will not have enough. And then we are like in chains with this work. You cannot go now because in your 20s, you spend everything. And then you now have your family and then your expenses now is more. And then you cannot go. And then you get a car. And then now it's more chain. And then you get a house, more payments. You cannot go now out. But now, guys, you have the opportunity. If you create also content on YouTube, you have the possibility to grow so much, because the difference between 9 to 5 and content creation on YouTube is 9 to 5, there's always a limit. So for example, you go to the work 8 hours and then you get paid for 8 hours. But but creating content on YouTube there's no limit. Okay. If you create one video and this one video explode and then the other videos also get views. So it's like compounding. You create this video once and then you get paid later many times. If you also invest your money like I did before, if you invest your money in real estate also, and then you rent it out, and then it compounds. The equity or the wealth of that apartment, if everything is okay, like the market right now, it goes up. And then you get also income from the rental income. Same as this content creation. If you create one YouTube video like this, and then one blew up, and then the other also are affected, you also get views, you also get income. Our videos on YouTube, guys, is like this. It's like a seed. The first seed that we plant, maybe the bird will take it. The second seed that we plant, maybe it's not a good soil, it's rocky, and then it grows, and when the sun comes, it withers. The third seed that we plant, maybe we planted in the wrong environment, so when it grew, it was choked by the thorns. But see here, guys, if we continue to create content and we have a good seed, eventually we will find a good soil that we can plant this seed. When we plant this seed in a good soil, in a good environment where there's no bird that will eat it, it will eventually grow. And when it grows, guys, it will produce 30 times more, 60 times more, 100 times more. So you don't need to worry about the birds taking your seed. You don't need to worry about the seed was planted in the stones. You don't need to worry about your seed was choked by the thorns, because eventually, guys, if you don't give up, you just keep planting and planting, you eventually reap the reward. Okay? Because here, guys, a lot of people now, they have seeds, but these seeds are not the good seeds. These seeds are just for their own benefit. These seeds is just for the money. This seed is just for the fame. This seed is just for the views. This seed is just for the subscribe. But see here, guys, if you have good seed, and this good seed are valuable seeds, and then you give it to the right environment, and eventually it will grow, it will produce fruits, and then these fruits you can take and then you can share. You can share to your family, you can share to your viewers, you can share to your friends. Everyone will win. Everyone. Not only you, the people also that watch you. Not only you, your family also. Not only you, your friends also. And then you can also enjoy life because you're not chained with your 9 to 5 job. Don't quit your 9 to 5 job now if you're working, okay? Because creating content on YouTube is for the long term, okay? It's like walking, guys. Imagine, guys, Jesus only walked. He never ran. He's not on the rush. Because if you run and and your destination is long, eventually you'll end up breathing. You cannot do one more step because you're so tired. But if you walk and walk, take it slow, don't get stressed, and eventually you will end up in the place where you want to go. You will end up in a place where you achieve your purpose. You will end up in a place closer to God. But very important of all, guys, connect to God. Because if you connect to God, He will lead you to the fastest way. Sometimes you think that you can do it on your own. But if you don't do it with God, you will end up in a place where you cannot go out. You will be chained by the devil. But I told you guys, before I was chained by the devil, I was just doing my own desire. I was not listening to God because I can do it by myself. I was strong. I have money. I have energy. I'm so smart. I can do everything without God. But later, when you notice, the reality is like, oh, the devil now is controlling me. I'm with chains. And then it's like, oh, God, help me. And then when you decide to change the way you're doing, start following God instead of Satan, you will see later, oh, wow, why I didn't do this before? If you follow God, imagine everything will be good. Now, for example, guys, before I was just sleeping around with women, now I have a wife. Before I don't want to have a kid, now I have a kid, and it gives me so much joy. Not only one kid now my wife is pregnant with our second child. Imagine, guys, and this baby is a girl. I have now a baby boy and a baby girl coming soon. I'm not renting now from a landlord. I own now this apartment. I don't only own this apartment, but this apartment is fully paid. Fully paid. $500,000. $500,000 value of this apartment. Fully paid. My expenses now is so low that I can create content on YouTube without stressing. That's why I'm talking to you guys. Guys, when you work to your 9 to 5 job, it's okay. Give your best. Give your best. When you go out from the 9 to 5 job, for example, after your work, you can create your content because it's like planting a seed. In 5 years to 10 years from now, when you plant seed, it will eventually grow and then you can harvest it. And then now you're not thinking about your 9 to 5 because you have enough food for your needs. You have enough for your wants. You have enough for your family. You have enough for your friends. You have enough for the church. You have enough for the sheep. You have enough for the lamb. So this is my message for you for today, guys. See you again in my next video, okay? If you want to watch more, here's my next video. Bye-bye.